All right, guys, it is time to tackle the wiring issues here on the Bronco. We're just gonna go ahead and fix what we have. Get rid of these old butt connectors where the wires kind of rotted out of them. I'm not, not saying that this was a terrible repair. It's probably just an old repair, so the wires get corroded. Moisture gets in there, and they start deteriorating, and that's kind of what happened. The wires just kind of rotted right out of the ends of them. So to keep that from happening, I did pick up some connectors here. These are heat shrink. They seal, and they also have solder in the middle of them. I've tried some of these before and I didn't really like them. This brand is supposed to be a lot better, and I did use a couple of them already to put some lengthening pigtails on these what do you call them, injector plugs, and so far they've actually worked pretty good. As you can see, they have a sealing ring. It's heat shrink, a sealing ring, and then the solder in the middle, and it's clear so you can see what's going on in there. And it really does appear that the solder melted and went. You can see it. May not be able to see it on film here, but I definitely went through the strands, and if you tug on them, it's a pretty good joint. So not only now is it soldered together, but it's also sealed, so moisture won't get back into the connection there. So it probably has a lot to do with how you do these, if you do them correctly or not, and the kind of heat you put on them. They tend to want you to heat the ends first and seal it, and then hit the solder. Takes a little bit longer to melt, and it so far seems to be working good. So again, I'll put the link in the description. I did get these off Amazon, so if you want these, just go in the description, click on the link. You can get them in different sizes, and of course different quantities and stuff like that. This is the 150 piece kit. So if you do any kind of wiring repairs on automotive or even appliances, this is probably something good to have in your toolbox. So we're gonna go ahead and, just like I said, repair what we have with that. And there's probably gonna come a time when we just kind of say enough's enough and pull this out. But for right now, like I said, the motor does actually run pretty good. So we're just going to keep running. I already have some money dumped into it. We put a new clutch in, we put a new flywheel on, put a new starter on. I do have a tune-up still yet to go on. I just kind of stopped with that because of the wiring issue. We got a new O2 sensor on it also. So we're just going to keep going on it with it, and we need to get this thing back in the mud and have some more fun with it. One thing I did learn about these 2.9s, they do have 6 injectors, so they have 1 injector per cylinder, but they don't really fire that way. They're called batch fire injection. So one bank, so your left bank or your right bank, all fire at once, and they all share a common hot wire. So the injectors all have a hot wire that feed them, and then of course the ECU will ground it and tell it when to fire. So I was a little worried about, obviously there's several of these just totally pulled out. They are kind of color coded, but since they were repaired before, it's kind of hard to tell. So I was a little worried again about finding which one went where. I think it's more important now, understanding that, to just get the banks correct, because these don't fire per cylinder really. It's Ford, again, maybe one of their better ideas to do it this way, but to me it might make much more sense to have each injector fire per cylinder, per firing order. But since it's not that way, it's not so critical. We're still going to try and match the colors up the best we can, go past the old repair and try and match it up. But that's probably why this thing still ran fairly decent, even though it wasn't firing on a couple injectors. So it was probably really running too lean, if anything. The injector kind of just fires, and it kind of puddles up in the intake until it needs it. So yeah, we're just gonna match it up best we can, is what I'm trying to say, and keep going from there. All right, we got some injector wires hooked back up. Let's fire this pig up and see if it sounds any better. Yeah, it's definitely better. I wouldn't call it good yet, but it's definitely hitting on most of the cylinders. We may have some valve plugs, so we'll definitely change them. We definitely have a checked engine light. It is somewhat idling now. It's a little louder than it used to be, so I think we might have an exhaust issue going on. Not that I really care, but yeah. Before we fixed the injectors, it definitely would not idle, so it's better. All right, we got some new spark plugs going in. It had NGK TR5s in there, so that's what we're putting back in. Not that I really think it needs them, but we'll put back what it had. As you can see, they're a little fouled up, so new spark plugs are only going to help. Gonna throw a new cap and rotor on there. Again, probably not 100% needed, but hey, why not? Let's make this thing run as good as we can. There's the old one. Doesn't look horrible. I got to have the cap pulled back. Let's yeah, doesn't look horrible inside actually. Probably didn't really need it at all, but it was loose for some reason, so taking it off to look at, you might as well just replace it. Alright guys, we are in the Yukon XL. I'm here with Jessica, and we are at a farm, and we are actually looking.
We might adopt a puppy.
A puppy. Let's get in there and see. Alright, so this is Jasper.
He's a good boy.
I think Jessica likes him so far. He's not huge, he's only 3 months old.
Where's your ball? Go get it. Go get it.
Come on. He pounces. Alright, so we spotted another one too, and we're letting them interact. This is Augie, and he looks a lot like Waylon. So we just let them interact a little bit.
Sounds like dog food. Very big. This one's already bigger.
So they're wrestling and having a good time, and we're having a tough time deciding. I think Jessica's made up her mind.
Do you want to listen to that all day long?
They're just playing.
This one hasn't barked yet.
Yes, he has. A little bit. Alright guys, I think we have a new member of the family. We'll reveal which one we got here in a second. I need to grab some stuff from the truck here. A leash and some money and a harness. We'll be right back. Alright, so Jessica is holding a leash. And which one did we get?
We got Jasper.
We got Jasper.
We're changing his name now.
Probably gonna change his name, Jessica says. Jasper's not horrible, but you definitely...
He can be a little more creative.
He's young enough, you can change his name and he won't mind.
You ready to go home?
Let's get loaded up and we'll check in with you guys when we get home. What do you think, Jessica?
I'm excited.
Don't step on the puppy. Alright, puppy's going for his first ride.
He's not enjoying it.
He's doing alright, but he's not really, yeah, he's definitely nervous, not really liking the ride so far, but we'll get up the road a little bit and then pull over and let him run around a little bit.
He's a good boy. Yeah.
Wait,
Hi.
what should his new name be? Good for you.
Man.
And so ends the first day. He's been playing non-stop, meeting all the neighbors, and he's passed out. I think he's happy though.
He's a happy boy.
All right, buddy. You ready to go on your first road trip? Come on. Come on. Where you going? Where you going? You ready? All right. This is Poppy's first ride in the Turbo GMC. He's doing all right. He's slowly getting the hang of riding. He does like to put his paw on your neck though. No kisses.